Hello and welcome. We are currently playing Occupy Mars. We've been playing it in story mode, and we've reached a point where the game is bugged and you can't progress story mode. And the devs don't seem to be super concerned about it because it's been over a week now and they haven't fixed it. So we're a little stuck, and it's late, and I'm feeling like playing a comfort game. So we're going to play this, even though I've been kind of looking for another game to play in the meantime. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the sandbox mode. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. I haven't ever played it. The only things I've played is I played early access story campaign, and then I've now played the story campaign since the full game was launched. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's start sandbox mode. So I did look through these a little bit, and it seems like this is pretty much what the game wants you to play, because if you change any of these settings, it makes it so that you can't earn achievements, which kind of tells me that this is where the devs want you to be, and this is the experience they want you to have for sandbox. So we're just gonna start. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna leave everything the way that they have it, except for I don't want to start at Jezero because the story campaign has you really close to there, and I've been all around there, and I want something a little different that I'm not familiar with. So I don't think I've been here. So let's just do that one. All right. And then I am doing this live, so this probably won't be uploaded for about a week, just because that's how far behind I am on the uploads. So I'm uploading 1 to 2 videos of playing Occupy Mars every day, and that'll still put us about a week out. So if you're watching the recording and you're interested in seeing more recent uploads or watching the unfiltered version of these, then you can always go over to my live tab and watch the lives there. Otherwise, if you like the kind of more condensed plays, then just continue to watch these recorded. You can also watch me playing the story campaign in this playlist up to this point and beyond, especially once the devs fix the story campaign. I feel like there should be sound to this, and I'm not hearing anything. So this is kind of picking up where the story campaign leaves off, where the base was just destroyed and you barely escape with your life in an escape pod. The puppy is currently in a mood where he is finding everything to chew on that he shouldn't be finding. And I don't understand what's going on with him. Because a lot of the time he is perfectly fine, even though he is a puppy still. And then sometimes he just gets in a mood and he's like, you know what? I'm going to dig out everything I possibly can.
Escape procedure completed. Touchdown confirmed. Warning. Capsule operates on reserve battery. Current objective. Execute ERA standard survival procedure.
Alright. So we start out with an abandoned tablet. Yay. Maneuverability sufficient to efficiently cover distances over the sandy and rocky wilderness of Mars. The design of the vehicles is based on the reports of rover use working on planets other than Earth. Alright. You can claim bonus items. Check details on the tablet. Messages. System tab. Pioneer bonus pack. Accept to claim bonus items. Requires enough inventory space to fit all items. Thank you for being with us. Okay, cool. What do we get? Oh, okay. It's the items that they gave everybody due to issues with the game. Unfortunately, it was like PvP issues, I think, and not story campaign issues. So they fixed them, but they didn't fix them for us. Alright, that's just our 3D printer. What do we have in here? Absolutely nothing. Cool. We do have potatoes, though. Potato seeds. That's awesome. We have hose and cables. We have our grinder. Alright, let's just pick all this up. Our jackhammer. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Spectral detector. We don't need our planting tool yet. We do need that. We'll take our building materials, our repair kit. Circuit boards. More building materials. Alright, hold on just a second. This is one of those times that the live people are going to experience stuff that the recording people are not, because you guys are going to come with me as we take the puppy and we put the puppy in his crate because it's bedtime and he's being a menace and finding cables that I've purposely moved out of his reach because he's too tall now. And he can get things, and climbing under my bed and finding things that I clearly did not know were under my bed. Stuff that's been in there, under there probably for a while. So that's what I mean by he's in a mood, because if it's stuff that's been there for a while, it's stuff he hasn't bothered to go in and grab. But for whatever reason tonight, he's like, nope, I'm going to go get it. So, okay. Back, just had to put the puppy in his crate because he is being a menace and it's bedtime anyway. It's past bedtime. So, we have our helmet on. I can't tell if we have our customizations or not. It looks like we have our blue color, but we don't have our black color, which is unfortunate. Alright. I should probably turn off the tutorials. There may be a little barking. Because he doesn't want to be in there. He's growling. He's very intimidating. Alright, where is... I swear that there's a place on here to turn off tutorials. Oh, disable all tutorials. Yes. Okay. Alright. Well, we have a lot of space to build a base here. I like that. Lots of flat space. You've got our outpost nearby to go and excavate. I think we got a really good starting zone. Let's see where the water is. Over here. Alright. Best water-bearing place found. Build well. Okay, so this will be where our well is built, our well section. I always put my wells and then my electrical grid close by each other. So somebody was telling me that I should build everything on these platforms. On these steel platforms. I don't really know how they work yet, so I'm probably going to make some mistakes that other people wouldn't make. unfortunately. But, because I don't know how they work yet at all. Let me put these things where I am used to them going. Alright, so do. Then my hose goes here, my cable goes here. Alright. Looks like he's pretty hungry. Where did the other food go? Not that food. This food. Alright. So let's build this. And yeah, like I said, I don't really know how this works, so if I'm doing something wrong, you know, feel free to tell me. I don't really get it. So I apologize if I look like an idiot right now. Is this how I do it? Because it's kind of like I said, it was just kind of people commenting and saying that they build their entire like system on this grid, and they said that they use the steel platforms. Should I make them higher so that it's all flat? Or should I just not build right here? Yeah, that's probably what I should do. Just not build right there. Okay. So can I fit this on here now? How? Okay, there we go. We got it, but it temporarily. All right. How come I can't just flip that around? Because I would prefer it to go the other direction. But whatever. We'll put it this direction. So I assume what it is, and this is just me guessing, is that it has something to do with, like, all of the platforms are technically considered connected to each other. So anything that you build on the platform, like, runs electricity through the platform itself. And so if I build,
Available point for technological advancement.
if I put this whole thing, I cover this whole thing with platforms, and then I build my solar panels and stuff like that on them, then they are connected through the metal in the ground or something like that. And then that is how people are avoiding having to have really messy grid situations like I have. In my story mode build, I should say. It's like covered with cables and all that kind of stuff. That's how come they were telling me.
Warning, lack of water supplies.
Alright, nice, but it did what I needed it to do. So we've got water. We've got oxygen in the thing. We've got lots and lots of ore over there. We've got this building that we can go and scavenge. So let's see, what else do we have? Alright, we have a chem lab, but we don't have a work table or a workshop. We can build solar panels. And we can build these. What's the purpose of having the fences? Well, alright. So we've got water coming in. Let's go over here and scavenge. Oh shoot, we do get an ATV. I was really not expecting that. Are those medium? Are these both medium? They must be, because that one's small. Alright, well let's see if we can find a small one around here. I probably should have taken stuff out of my inventory and put it in there. I'm going to have to run over there and then run back, because I'm not going to be able to pick anything up. Oh, that said small circuit board times 3. Oh, that was just because I picked it up, huh? That was because I picked it up and set it back down multiple times. We're not going to be able to move this, I just realized, so it is going to be a little annoying. I guess I'll build my base. So I'll put my water over there where all the water, or all my wells over here. And maybe put like my tanks right there. And then to this side will be my electrical grid. So all of that's over there, out of the way. That'll also be like where I put my miner and any other kind of industrial thing, launch pad, whatever else that we built. And then I think I'll build my actual base in this whole area right here. And I'll build it similarly to how I built the one in my story campaign, because why not? Which means that I'll have multiple workshops and greenhouses and other stuff. Alright. I don't need this specialty food on me right now. I do kind of want to keep my building materials on me. I don't think... actually, no. I will keep the universal repair kits because I can use that on the ATV. Definitely don't need the decor. And I'll put these in here because I'm not going to need those on me. And I definitely don't need the seeds right now. So that doesn't give me a ton of inventory space, but I want to keep the building materials on me, so... And people have said that you should shut the door to the escape pod so that you don't let oxygen out, but I have not found that that is the case. I don't think that the amount of oxygen that it stores up is any different if the door is open or not. Okay. Now, small circuit board. There we go. And then universal repair kit. There we go. Boom. And now we have a working ATV. So now I kind of wish I hadn't learned that first, because that's a bit unnecessary, a bit of a wasted point there. But, oh well. I thought that they wouldn't give us one. Gonna get this cable. Food, which is actually needed, unlike in my story campaign. I took a lot of food from the tutorial in the story campaign, and I've yet to run out of MREs. And we're on day 90, I don't know, something like that. Alright, let's go upstairs. See what's up here. Not a ton. We're going to scrap stuff because we're going to need all the materials we can get at this point. Hopefully we can get our workshop built pretty soon, pretty quickly.
New message.
Alright, what's our message? You guys notice the puppy is quiet. I mean, you guys probably don't because you guys probably didn't hear him before, but I'm noticing. And what that's telling me is that he really was being a menace because he was ready to go to bed. It is 12:30 a.m., so it is well past when he should have been asleep anyway.
Available point for technological advancement.
Let's not talk about the fact that it's past when I should probably be asleep as well. But I usually don't go to bed until early morning hours anyway. Alright. Now we'll go outside and scavenge what we can out here. Let's get solar panels, actually. Oh. Okay. We can't get those yet. Shame. Nice. More seeds. Alright, what can we grind? Okay. I think we got everything, right? I'm not worried about... Oh, there's a medium circuit board up there. How did I miss that? What else did I miss? So that's an oxygen tank. Looks like the medium circuit board is the only thing I missed. Or maybe that's a large circuit board, not medium. Was it on this table? Right. There we go. Nothing else up here? Okay, nope. Just looks like it's oxygen bottles, which I'm not worried about grabbing right now. Enter. Oh my goodness. It's been too long. I've been busy driving the truck and the rover. I don't know how to drive the ATV anymore. Probe signal is pretty far to go on the ATV. Is it gonna make me go there? Because it's still showing as like my quest. Alright. Let's go over here and set up our solar panels since that's the second thing on the list. But I don't want my solar panels to be over here because I want this whole wet area to be wells. So am I going to have enough materials to make a bunch of steel platforms? Or, well, you know what? I'll just take it. I don't need to make a bunch of them. I can just take it down later. So I'll make some. Give me some room if I decide to make more wells. But we don't want to waste too many resources this early.
Available point for technological advancement.
I need a platform that I can stand on. I just want like a little ramp. Oh, steel ramp. There we go. This will not stay here. I'll probably need to put it on the other side, but right now this is the direction this is facing. Which I really don't want it to be the direction that it's facing, because if my base is going to be over here, I want... Actually, I probably want it facing this way. But that's the direction it's facing for now. Alright, so grid supplied. 5 kilowatts. Alright. Well, I'm glad people told me this is how this worked. The story mode definitely doesn't tell you anything about this. And so I had no idea. A bunch of people were like, oh, well, I built everything on the grid. And I'm like thinking about how, you know, games have a grid where, you know, they have an internal game grid that you can place things on, but you can't place things like off of the grid. Or if you do, it makes them harder to position and stuff. And so that's what I thought they meant. And I'm like, yeah, I've got my stuff like in a line. Like, I'm trying to keep it aligned with the grid of the game. And I probably sounded like an idiot, but I didn't know what they were talking about. So now I do, and I'm glad that I know. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a learning process. Oh, that just put its own little cable directly down into said grid. So how do I use it to charge then? Or can I not use it to charge it myself with if it's on the grid? I guess I'll mess with it tomorrow. We've got some points to spend. That's nice. We'll spend those after it gets too cold to be outside. Oh man. Having rank 1 jackhammer. It's gonna be slow going. It's gonna feel extra slow because I just got rank 3 in story campaign.
Available point for technological advancement.
I should not make you guys watch me do this.
Warning.
Oh. Well, the temperature's dropping in a half hour, so I guess it's not worth cutting out of the video. Alright, let's pick this up. before it gets to be too late. Oh, we can't pick it up. So we probably also can't pick that up until the morning. Alright.
Low temperature warning.
I know. Let me shut the door. Why can't I shut the door?
Power 75%.
Why is it not letting me shut the door? Well, it's letting me close it from the outside. Okay, there we go. That was very weird. Alright, let's take a look at our trees. So we have basic electricity already unlocked. Requires unlocking workshop. Good, because I need that.
Materials. Technology access level increased.
I definitely don't need the small corridor yet. I'm trying to think of what I... Let's do the CO2 scrubber.
Materials. Technology access level increased.
And then...
Mechanics. Technology access level increased.
Very nice. And now we can do transformers.
Electricity. Technology access level increased.
Alright. So we can make our workshop tomorrow. Oh, let's check our stats.
Oxygen 75%.
Our hunger is a little low, but not low enough, I don't think, to eat a big meal. I'm going to put these here. Oh, we have an abandoned tablet. We grabbed it and I didn't even think about it again. Probably want at least one of each of these in my inventory just in case. Put those seeds there. And then we'll split off a piece of pizza, or split off a pizza. Because it'll make him a bit sluggish, and he can be sluggish while he's sleeping. Okay, so industrial energy converters, large replaceable accumulator, that's a battery, night vision, aerogel synthesis. I guess we'll do the industrial. All these feel like things that are steps down the line when there's much more useful things to unlock like right now. We have finished tweaking the design of the expanded segments of the transformer. This will prevent further problems with the regolith penetrating the joint gaps. The design is now uniform, completely resistant to dust particles according to ERA standards. So that's nice. We'll be able to expand our transformer. And now we can sleep. We'll sleep... Oh, we actually probably have to sleep all the way till 8. Alright, and that's where I'm going to end this. I think for the Sandbox series, I will just do one video per day. So we'll cut it off at the end of each day. Or when he goes to sleep. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and I appreciate you being here genuinely. Have a great one. Goodbye. For the live viewers, we're going to go ahead and do at least one more. I don't know if I'll do 2 more, but I'll do at least one more day. That does mean that we have the awkward situation where I have to introduce the new video while I'm on live. I kind of hate doing that, but, you know, it has to be done. So, hello and welcome. We are playing Eden Crafters. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've done that one. We're playing Occupy Mars. It is day 2 of the sandbox version, and we're playing the level of difficulty that basically it defaults to. So it's basically mid difficulty except for when it comes to the amount of like skill points in the tech tree that you start with, because you don't start with any. I want to see what I can make here. Blowtorch, jackhammer, air compressor, first aid kits, basic building things, that's good, and fuses. Okay. So our hunger is a little bit low, but not too bad. Our suit battery is getting low. We can refill our oxygen.
Oxygen depleted.
There. And then let's go pick up this silicone that we left all over the ground. I'm just going to continue grinding this. I'll be right back. There. For the recording folks, they don't have to watch me sit here and grind this. If you're watching the live replay, then unfortunately you have to.
Available point for technological advancement.
You know, one good reason to do all this is that we're getting those tech points, which we need. I just kind of ignored this box because I knew what was going to be in it, but yeah, it'll have the... So it was weird in the story campaign, like the first couple of days, the gases would pop out in a box like that, and then after the first few days, they just came out of the ore itself. I don't know if that... Like maybe I upgraded the jackhammer early, and that happened, or I don't know what causes that to happen, where it doesn't pop up into the box anymore. It just automatically goes into your inventory. It was kind of weird. Alright, we have... gotten all of this. It's lots of silicone. Oops, I missed a little chunk. Nice. Oh, I'm not going to bother running back in there. I put this so far away. I mean, I had to. That's where the water was, but it's so far away. Oop. Overshot.
Warning, lack of water supplies.
Oh, you're fine. Alright, so how do I use this to fill up? Can I do it from... Oh no, that's the pump opening. I guess if you build them on a grid, they function differently, huh? So is there a way to charge your suit battery if you have everything on the grid? Like, how do you do it? Because I can't unplug that. It doesn't appear to be charging my suit battery just from standing on here. So how does it work? Let me see if I can find it on Google. Alright. Alright, nothing is telling me. Like, all the answers I'm getting are not helping. I didn't look very long because I had an idea. So I'm just going to do the idea instead. How do I want to do this? You know, I unlocked the transformer because I was like, oh, I'm going to need that. But the reason that I always need the transformer is because of how I build my energy farm. And now that I have this grid thing, I'm not building it the same way. So now I don't know what I'm doing. Like, do you even need a transformer? I guess maybe you need one to go to your workshop. So I might need one going like out this way. Can I build a ramp there? Look, I could make a little agility course if you just built 2 ramps next to each other.
Available point for technological advancement.
I think if the grid functions where you just stand on it, then my boots... Also, I guess I do have the black one on. My boots should just suck up energy from from the grid itself. But no, my idea was to build the transformer here. And then... just use it to charge my battery. But I need to be able to reach it. This is all getting moved, by the way. There's no way my perfectionist ass is going to be able to leave everything like this. This is a mess, and I hate it right now. But, like I said, I'm still kind of learning how things work. So I still managed to... Wait. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Alright, so this is letting me do it. Okay. Very, very slowly. But what other possible, if you're just going to build everything on these grids, what other possible use do you have? Or do you just build... I don't know. I'm trying to think through this problem. I mean, it's not a problem. I'm just trying to think through what the usage would be. So we have these outputs that we can still use. So I guess you would generate all of the power on your grid, but would you build like your entire base on grids so that your entire base could be charged? And if so, then this entire like area is just going to be up on a metal platform, because that's a little weird. But I mean, I guess there's not a reason not to do it. But the other thing I was thinking of, and the reason that it made me think of this while I'm trying to think of how to use the transformer, is that you would just have your whole energy grid and your water and everything be on top of these platforms. And then you would have a cable that went from the platforms to your actual base. So you wouldn't have your entire base on it. You would just have a cable that went from the platforms to your base. But I don't know. Like maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking. I wish that oh, hi, Lapis. I didn't even see you there. Um I was just going to say I wish that there were more people in the live, but it's middle of the night because I could ask. I could ask how they're doing theirs and how they have their actual base set up. A meteorite has fallen. I don't think I need the uranium yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll worry about it when I need the uranium. Okay, we are fully charged. That took us a while, but we did it. Okay, so again, I love how flat this area is, so I don't have a lot of hills to contend with, like I had to deal with right there. So I suppose if I really wanted to, there's nothing stopping me from making the whole base on the platforms. But also, it would probably, instead of wasting all of this steel and materials to make this entire thing like metal lined, it'd probably be easier just to use the transformer and like maybe build my first workshop right here and then build out from that, going out this direction. And if I do a couple workshops right here, then I can have my power coming out of this transformer, which will move. It's not going to be like this. Like I said, I need to think about this, the placement of things, how they're actually going to be. So I can have this transformer here, and then I can have one going off to like each of my first 4 buildings, like right here. And that should be more than enough to power the entire base without blowing the fuses, because I'll spread them out. So I think that that's what we'll do. Alright, so looking at this, I think this, I would extend this back there, like that, and around this entire like wet area, water bed area. And that will be where all my wells go. And then starting like right here where this ends, yeah, it ends like right there. So starting right there, I'll have my solar arrays be all on their grid right here. So everything will be all nicely powered. Then I will have this little raised platform area go out here, and that's going to be my batteries. We'll do all of the batteries over here, I think. Maybe. Or maybe I don't want them to be... No, that's fine. Yeah. We'll do all of the batteries, because that's how I do my bases. That's how I like to do them. Is store all my power in batteries so that I just have so much backup power I don't ever have to worry about energy. Not at night, not during storms, nothing. So I'll have that be where all the batteries are, and then I'll start my actual base like right here. And yeah. Let's start by moving this platform, or this transformer. We're gonna put a couple more of these. This is probably how far out it's gonna go with all the batteries. And we're going to take this down and move it I need it to be in the direction that it can grow, which I think is just like that. And we'll face all of our batteries the same way, so it'll look nice and clean. We'll have neat rows of batteries like this going down here, and we'll have like 8 banks. And then our first workshop will go like right here. The positioning of your first one, because this is where your base starts, right? So it's very important that you get the positioning right. Otherwise you have to tear it down and do it again, and that sucks. Do I want to put it further forward? Maybe I do. Maybe I want it right here. But I don't want it sticking out of the ground more than it has to. Alright, let's see what that looks like. I think that's fine. I mean, it's close to the grid, and I don't super like, because this is all going to be industrial and ugly. And I don't super love that, but it means my whole base is going to be over here, and this is going to be mostly blocked by my warehouse. So you're not even going to see it. Alright, let's build it. And thankfully we have everything we need for it. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if we would. Alright, awesome. And then we'll have to build our airlocks.
Warning. Poor tool condition. Repair it at the workshop table.
I don't have a workshop table yet. But I do have tool repair kits. Alright, this is perfect. Look at that. So I don't have how I'm going to do my pumps and stuff settled yet. But I do have the energy part worked out pretty well. Probably just move this back a row. And then have my pumps like up here. Or something like that. I don't know how many pumps I need because it seems like I'm only going to need the one transformer. And so I don't know how the water works with the grid. So I don't even know if you really need the pumps. Because they're mostly like a organizational thing, I think. How much power do we need? More than we've got for sure. I'm going to need a lot more steel. If I'm going to be doing this the way I want to do it. Because I don't want Okay, this is going to be my first row of solar panels. Alright, is that starting where I want it to start? Yeah, that's perfect. That is exactly where I want it to start. Yeah, I'm running out of steel plates. I wonder if I can make those yet.
Technological advancement.
If I can print them, I'll just have to figure out what metal I need. There we go. Alright. Can I make the work table, chem lab, plant incubator, workshop sink? But I can't make my work table yet. Alright. How do I unlock that?
Equalizing pressure. External pressure dropping.
Yeah, no workbench. Okay. Oh my goodness. What time is it that the sun officially goes down? I think it's 6:30. But I don't want to electrocute myself. Alright. So the grid is supplying no power right now, which means I can take this guy down. And then rebuild him right here. One nice thing about this is that it's going to keep everything in a nice line. Because, man, trying to line everything up just on the ground, such a pain in the ass. And I tried really hard and I still screwed it up. Whereas this is going to kind of force it all to be in a line. Okay. So this will provide 10 tomorrow. Alright, let's go see if we can print steel plates. Because if not, we might be in a little bit of trouble. All because I am particular. We'll use that word. I'm particular. It's about to be late anyway.
Warning.
Okay, I just want to see what the warning was. Alright, so aluminum plate. Steel plate. It needs 12 iron. That is a lot of iron. Iron per. Wow. Okay. I'll put these in here. Because we definitely don't need those right now. And then we'll have a pizza. We'll have a pizza before bed each night, because that is healthy. As you should. Okay, and then we'll put him to bed for as long as it'll let me. Alright, that is the end of day 2. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. Goodbye. Alright, so we are awake. I should probably save this. Sandbox save game. What should we call this? Sandbox 1. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can find iron. Oh, right, it's cold. Shoot, I forgot. That's alright, I have to start the next video anyway. Hello and welcome. We are playing Occupy Mars. We are playing the sandbox version while we wait for the devs to fix the major issues with the story campaign that make it so that you cannot progress the story campaign past a certain point. It is day 3 and we are going to just be doing these videos 1 per day. So this is video 3, day 3. It looks like our stats are pretty okay for the moment. I'm not... I guess I could just refill this.
Oxygen depleted.
Refill it each morning. We're not hungry. The soup battery is fine for now. And then let's see if we can find iron so that I can make more steel plates. I keep grabbing the wrong tool. That's not iron. That is silicone, I think. Is this one iron? This might be iron. I'm not sure. We'll find out here in just a second.
Available point for technological advancement.
Alright, what are you? It is iron. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna take this whole thing down. So I'm not gonna make you guys watch that. I will be right back. Alright, so... You know, he has coffee. I could go for a coffee. Even though it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Coffee makes me sleepy anyway, so better for me to drink it at night. I may actually go make one at some point. I'm so glad these can't fall on you. I was talking about that in the story campaign, so if you've been watching that, then you have already heard me talk about this. But it's so nice because I just end up standing right underneath these and letting them fall on my face like that. Exactly like that. And if that was one of the mechanics that you had to watch out for, or else you would die, I would have died like so many times already. Or I would just be sad that I had to worry about it. Instead, I can stand here and just let them fall on my head like they just did. Nice.
Suit power, 75%.
chip away at these bigger pieces, like huge chunks.
Available point for technological advancement.
I gotta say, I don't know if it's the case, but when I'm doing these lives, especially with the people who pop in on Twitch, not so much on YouTube, because I haven't had that happen on YouTube ever before, but on Twitch, when somebody pops in and they're just like, hello, great stream, how are you doing? There's a definite part of me that thinks that they're going to be some kind of a seller, because that's what I get a lot of the time is some random person will pop in and they'll be like super nice, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have somebody who's watching, that's cool. And then they'll be like, so have you ever considered having your like Twitch profile decorated so that you get more Twitch followers? Because I do that. And I'm like, no, thank you. I literally get paid to web design. That's not my job. It's just one of my many hobbies, so very casually. I've been paid to design web pages. I should specify. But certainly enough to make my own Twitch profile if I needed to or if I wanted to. I get almost no views on Twitch though. Whereas I do get some on YouTube, so YouTube has more of my focus and attention. Alright, that's one down. Enough to make a couple steel plates, which is really what we need. Gosh, I keep pulling that one out. Okay, that's aluminum. That's aluminum. Oh no, that's calcium, I think. That's calcium, I think. I think these big ones are going to be silicone. Nope, this one's iron. Nice. Alright, we'll do this one as well. Just work through this. I do like that it's given us tech tree points. Somebody that I was that was on my live earlier when I was doing the story mode was talking about how in Sandbox they were growing stuff by day 5. So I don't know if we're going to be growing stuff by day 5 because I have a tendency to get distracted and do things like I'm going to spend the entire day just taking down an entire thing of ore. Ooh. Now, the problem with me clipping this out is that if I want to do 1 day per video and then I clip out an entire day worth of me just jackhammering away at rocks, the recording for that day's video is going to be real short. So I'm probably going to have some days that are like 15 minutes long. Because I've recorded, so I'm not recording right now. So that the people who watch the recording don't have to sit here and just watch me do this and ramble. So there's only been 2 minutes of this day in this video so far.
Available point for technological advancement.
Nice. We have 4 mechanics points. Or is that materials? This stuff is so much harder to mine. I want my truck and my crusher. For 4 iron. It also seems to have so, like, fewer weak points to exploit. You know, I was watching I was trying to decide what game to play next. Like to add. I like to play, 2 or 3 games at a time. Or 4. Or 5 if you count WoW. But I like to play multiple games at a time. And I was just trying to decide what game to add, and so I was watching some Let's Plays from other YouTubers, and I was noticing that most of them do not get more than like a few hundred views a piece, no matter how many followers they have. And I was like, oh man, it's a little rough. But I guess Let's Plays aren't that popular. All right. Okay, so we took that big block down. We're not going to do the other ones. We're not going to go look for more iron because I don't want to spend the entire day just on getting rid of this ore. But look at our base out there. It's starting to look like a base. Alright, let's make steel plates. Oh, we got a bunch of titanium too. Nice. So we can make 12. We'll make 8. For now. Alright. So I specifically said on the first day that I really don't think closing that door does anything for the amount of oxygen that is produced. And then I keep shutting it. Just in case I'm wrong, I guess. Alright, let's look at our tech tree, actually. I want to see, we've got points that we can spend, and I want to spend them. Requires performing silicone purification. Unlocking workbench. This requires... Oh, yeah, that's just building the ATV that I thought that we needed that we don't need. Whatever, we'll unlock grinder 1.
Mechanics, technology access level increase.
Oh, heck yeah, we can make our boxes.
Mechanics, technology access level increased. Mechanics, technology access level increased.
Alright, nice. We can make our boxes. Cool. And then we're kind of stuck there. For this one, what is more important? This bottom one, because I want the crusher.
Materials, technology access level increased.
More important than the pump. What did it say I needed? Rubber vulcanization? Alright. Unlock workbench. Oh. I don't have the electricity to do it. That's all we'll build. What direction did I have? Facing toward me, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, that'll be enough once I unlock batteries.
Available point for technological advancement.
Once I unlock batteries, that'll be enough power, at least with what we have in the base right now. That'll be enough power to start putting power into the batteries. Actually, while we're here, might as well fill our water bottle.
Lack of water supplies.
And we can eat. Actually, our hunger's not low enough to bother eating yet. We should be able to charge our suit battery a little bit faster, though, than the last time, because we've got more power coming in. At least I hope so. No, that's going super slow. Oh, you know what? That's because we don't have any power going into that one, I'll bet. Let's just do 15 for now. Okay, no, that's not affecting anything at all. Probably because it's all going into the workshop, so it doesn't matter, because I have all of it going into the workshop. Okay, that's enough for now. Oh, we finally got that electricity point. Yay, we can unlock our workbench.
Electricity. Technology access level increase.
Oh, but I need my batteries. Dang it. I didn't even think about that. That's alright.
Equalizing low pressure line.
Let's make our workbench. Here we go. I don't know why I felt the need to make it so fast. It's not like there's really that much for me to do there. I guess just because I needed it to unlock other things, but... now I need more electricity points. Which is funny, because in story campaign mode I have like 16 points just saved up that I can't spend. Part of that's because of the bug where you just can't progress your campaign, so I can't move forward on the tech tree. Part of that's just because you earn them as you are generating power. As you see, it keeps lighting up. And so I'm just constantly earning them. But I really want that. I really want to unlock those batteries. I would have done them first if I had been thinking about it and I hadn't been so excited. All right.
Equalizing pressure.
Where am I going to get chemistry points? We had a probe, I think. Yeah. I mean, we can go to the probe. I'm trying to see if that is a rock or if that is a tower that I can maybe... Oh, but I won't be able to unlock the pen drives and anything but a chem... I guess I can build the chem lab. What is your power looking like? 47%. That's good enough. That's enough to drive up here and just see if I see anything. I'm not going all the way out to the probe signal, though. Not this late in the day. I think I maybe need to prioritize the chem lab, the the chemistry tech tree things on the abandoned tablets for a little while until I get them mostly unlocked. All right. Do we find a tower? No. We find nothing. I wonder if it was that particular rock up there that I was seeing. I gotta say, neither the truck nor the rover have the smooth ride of the ATV. It's just a shame that the ATV goes so slow. Although I know you can later on attach like a rocket to it and stuff. Oh man, I hate the dunes. I didn't realize that I was putting myself right along a bunch of sand dunes. I would have picked a different location. I was trying to pick a flat location. Alright, let's go over here. What time is it? 5. Alright, it's a little risky going all the way over here. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't go over there today. Because I don't know if I'll get back in time. But maybe we'll make a day of it tomorrow. Maybe we'll go get the abandoned tablet that's in that outpost over there. We'll do a little bit of scrapping to get some steel, and then we'll go get the probe. I don't think, unlike my friend, that I'm going to have my food growing by day 5. I don't think that's going to be the case. Hey, there's another one. Unless that's ours. That might be ours. I don't know where I am. We'll find out as we go over here. Oh, those are just rocks again. Man, I'm getting baited by rocks all over the place. What happens if I go park my ATV on the grid? Does that count? Does it charge? Probably not if I can't charge myself on the grid. Do they not have probe towers in the sandbox? Because usually there's like 2 of them really close to your base, no matter where your base is. And I don't see any. So I wonder if they just don't have them. That's not a thing that you get. Woo. See, that's the kind of thing that makes you want to go ATVing. Then you hear about people like breaking their limbs and you go, oh wait. Wait a second. Maybe I don't want to. We're just going to take a little peek over here. See what's over yonder. Somebody's turning the lights off. What is this? Is this where the meteorite is? Because that's pretty green. Something's glowing green. Oh. I don't know what was glowing green. I thought I saw an outpost over here, but it looks like I did not. I wonder what was glowing green over there. That was weird. I thought for sure that there was like uranium over there or something. Alright. Actually, why am I parking that here? It's partially because I was thinking that I would start to charge it, but no, I don't need to open the socket. I want to get in. But I'm not going to charge it yet.
Suit power 75%.
We have a while to go before the day actually ends. Maybe we should break some more rocks. Yay, it's more iron. The weak spots are so much easier to see at night. I should just always do this at night and not during the day.
Warning.
Okay. We'll go until the half hour has passed. I don't know why it says warning significant temperature drop in an hour and then it drops at 9:30. Because your health starts going down at 9:30. Like it might get worse at 10, but it starts going down at 9:30. See? It's 9:30 and look at that. Now my health is dropping.
Low temperature warning.
So it should say significant temperature drop in an hour at 8:30, not at 9. It drives me nuts. Also, it didn't do that when I played in early access. It was 10 o'clock that it started getting too cold to be outside. Let's see. It is worth actually eating a full MRE if I can find where they are in my inventory. Right there. Alright. That ends day 3. It's kind of a short video. Sorry, it's because I spent half the day mining. And so you guys didn't watch that. But join me in the next video for day 4. And we're going to probably go explore unless I decide I want to charge up the battery first. So join me then. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Have a great one. Bye. Oops, I ended the thing. I forgot that I was still streaming. My bad. I was like, all right, all done. Time to go. Thanks for watching this stream. Sorry, I'm such a dork. You guys probably watch me do that and you're like, okay. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this stream. If you watched this far, you're awesome. Leave a comment so that I know that I should feel ashamed and embarrassed for being such a dipshit.